All right, take a nice deep breath. All right, so breathing is number one. Right, first thing we do is we breathe, and the first thing we do is we inhale, then exhale. Okay, and then put your legs out. Yeah, extend your legs. Yeah, just let your legs fall. Get used to your legs falling and falling, so you don't pull back. We want to open up all the joints. So just like the baby, we have to inhale first, and then we have to let it go. You'll let it go. Relax is sung. So they'll say sung the joints. Right? Open and close the joints. You have to let go of all the tension. You have to consciously, with your intent, just relax and pretend there's no tension. And you have to teach your body it's okay to relax. It's okay to let go. Think way up in the sky, way up to the sun, and just gently pour a little bit of that energy down through the top of your head, through the body, washing, flushing the body, the bones, the muscles, the organs, and guide that little trickle of energy from the sun. Imagine there's a sun in your chest, and that sun in the sky is charging up the sun in the chest, and that sun in your chest is warm and cool at the same time. It is just floating and putting out energy where it needs it. Or if you know you need to direct it, just with your intent, you direct it where you need it. Bring your feet in, just where it touches the earth. And imagine you pulling the energy up from the earth through the bottom of the feet, through the legs, the tailbone, the spine, going through every vertebrae, the neck. Press. Arch back a little bit, and then open. Exhale. Reach the toes down. Feel the legs getting a little bit heavy, but loosen all the joints. Imagine the legs falling, sinking into the earth. As you breathe in, imagine you pulling the chi up, flowing inside the bones, stimulating the bone marrow, stimulating the blood, stimulating the bone growth. Let it flow through every bone of the body, every little bone in the foot, moving the blood inside of the bone marrow. Want every bone in your body to be alive. And then come up from the side and imagine there's a little string pulling on the top of your head, so your body is expanded into the earth, expanded up to the heavens, and reaching out through the fingertips. And just like a balloon that's inflated, you expand in every direction without doing anything. Right? Something else is pulling on you. Something else is expanding on you. You just relax. Just let those external forces work on your body. Relax your face muscles and smile from the chest, smile from the heart, smile from that little sun in your chest. Scooping down, fill up the whole body. Nice deep breath. Expand the lower belly. Exhale, squeeze. You're squeezing everything out through every pore of your body. Focus in the bones, charging up, and then squeeze the blood and chi out through every bone of your body. Just your imagination. Think of the ligaments and tendons, the joints, twisting, wrapping, wringing them out. Every joint of your body. And come back. Sung, relax, and let go. Okay, so sung is relax, right? Sung is let go. So now first you breathe in and then you exhale. When you exhale, that's letting go, that's relaxing. So those lessons, that's the first two lessons. Right? You have to breathe in like the baby. Right? You cut off the umbilical cord, then it's forced to breathe from the lungs. forced to breathe from the mouth, so it has to expand, right? Bring in the nutrient, bring in the air, whatever that is, right? And then let it go, and then everything starts working. So you feel the shoulder blade, right? You put your mind on the inside, this is the spine, you put your mind on the inside lower corner of the shoulder blade, and you imagine just the shoulder blade expanding, just like if you have wings, right? Right? So if you had wings, like if you work with like a chicken fryer, right? The first time you work with a whole chicken and you pick up the wings, no feathers, right? You can see it, you can see the joint just kind of like this, right? Just kind of pops out. Right? And then if you feel the joint, right, you can feel the joint open and close. The rest of the body doesn't have to move, but then the skin will expand right there and come down. So you sit straight, right? The feet are straight, pressing into the earth. And while you're pressing, you let go of the joints so it can surge and reach the toes down. Take a nice deep breath. The throat is open. The head is pulled up. The arms are down and bent a little. And just on those 2 points, the lower inside of the corner, as you breathe in, you imagine the expanding and let go. Just like wings. So the smallest expansion, the breath can still be deep. Okay? And then you make a large gathering. And it's just really a longer breath. And then you make a small breath. And then you make a large gathering, way up, reaching for the sun. Pouring it down through the center of the head, down through the body. Lift the sternum and take a small breath. So that small breath is like your reset. Really, you're rushing, and you know, like, I gotta stop, but I cannot stop. So you just, small breath. Let it go. And then you can go back to what you're doing. Yeah? So anytime you need, right, you just that small breath. And watch the monk seals. They're large. They lie on the ground. And it's very interesting because when they turn, the bodies a separate way, right? You don't have fur and you don't have jackets covering them. You can see the body breathe. Right? It's like watching somebody sleep. Yeah? So sometimes it's like just, wow. And then stop. And then you say that, whoop. And then sometimes, and then it's like, then it resets you. So sometimes it has to do that because just not enough. But then we don't want to get caught in that, right? We just like, oh, let it go, right? Just small breath. And then, okay, reset. So the first number one is you have to breathe. The first mechanic of breathing is inhale and then let it go. Right? Then you can do whatever you need to do. Yeah. Okay, so another number one is heart. So smile from the heart, project the heart, polish the heart, right? Remind yourself all those things. Yeah. These are all number ones. There's 8 number ones. I gotta write it down so I can look at it and review. I cannot remember what they are. You find them, then forget about them. And then you gotta find them again and forget about them again. Yeah, from there. So while we're sitting here, you're extending, opening the joints. Right? So even though you're pressing, right, you press and then let go. And feel the legs sinking. Right? But when you feel them pressing, you cannot think resistant. Don't press against the earth. Sink into the earth. So from you expanding, imagine something else pulling you, right? Suction pulling you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. didn't notice it's been 9 o'clock for the last 15 minutes on my clock there. Yeah. I don't know how you figured that out. He's sitting way back there. Yeah. So top of the head, right? First you stretch, and then something grabs here and you relax. And as you relax, it's still pulling you from up here. And then drop the shoulder blades, expand. And then something pulls on the fingertips. So as you relax, it's still pulling from there. Okay. So body expanded upwards, downwards, and outwards from here in every direction. So with that constant expansion, every time you relax and let go, it's going to keep on expanding because something else keeps pulling on you. Every time you let the joint go, it's going to expand. So we're trying to be like that balloon, right? If the balloon is in a vacuum, then the outside of the balloon is being pulled, right? Right? So that's ultimately what you want. Like something else pulling on you and no resistance. Okay? If you're not in a vacuum, then you have to attach the air compressor and inside expanding. Right? And then yin yang tells you learn to do both. Sometimes internally expanded, right? From inside, boom. And then sometimes externally pulling on you, and you just go with it and follow. Yeah. And once you learn both, and once you learn not to resist and fight both, then you'll discover when each one needs to work. You'll just be like, oh. Right? That's skill and ability. Okay, so turn the palm. Okay. But as we're learning, it's normally first our muscles, right? We have to learn our muscles. So we learn from inside, right? Work, make our body work, and then something else takes over. Okay, okay, so drop your arm, stretch your finger, fold your elbow, right? Feel that little wing joint. Be aware of that little wing joint. Open the throat, sink the air down. Okay. And then when you're ready, on the inhale, you start picking up, expanding, stretching, reaching, being pulled. Exhale. Wash the face. Turn. Inhale. Tilt the sternum up just to the knees, just before the knees. Feel that compression. And down, and drop your head. Open up the neck. Let the joints go. Still expanding, but you can feel yourself relaxing a little. Breathe in and out. Just drop your head all the way down. Open up the neck. Feel it pulling on the spine. Breathe in. Breathe in and out. This time you try to breathe in the whole time. And now exhale. But don't hold the breath. Just take the breath. Just breathe as you need to. Just two different structured breathing patterns. Okay, depending on how you feel, depending on what you're doing, depending on what you're emphasizing. Something pulling the head up, pulling the fingers up and letting it go, and pulling the palms out and letting it go. Keep the feet extended. One hand up, one hand down. Breathe in. Ha. Use the ha sound. Look at the fingertip. Breathe in and turn. Ha. Stretch the fingers, washing up from the elbow through the forearm, up through the fingertips and back down, flushing the forearm. Let that lower hand go. Ha. Right? The palm is washing the forearms. As it drops, it's washing. You have to let it go into the earth. Look at the second finger, second line, eye level. And it's going to pick up, and it's going to wash up, and then it's going to wash down, and the left hand just lets it go into the earth. Just release the left palm. And then imagine you staring way out at the mountaintop. Breathe in and out. Come back to center. Palms are height of throat. Keep the throat nice and open. No restrictions in your voice. And now lift the sternum and out. So this last one, if you watch formal instruction, the hands will kind of look like this. This bottom hand tends to come this way. But to me, the way I teach, if I teach you this first, right, I'm teaching you, your hand you're holding up your hand, it has to be locked in this position. So I'm encouraging you to create tension over here, right? My priority is to encourage you to have no tension, to let it go. Then once you understand the feeling of letting go, then no matter where your hand is, right, you can relax. So you can have the forearm, you can still stretch, but inside the joints can have no tension. But if I teach you this first, right, everything is like, is it here? Is it here? Is it here, right? And you try to lock it in place. So you have to think, this hand is washing up the forearm, right? And then this hand is washing, then bringing it down, it's like exchanging. All that gunk, right, is in here. So as you turn, just let it go. So my style is first let it go. Relax first. Imagine just like, right, if we did it fast, like shaking it 6 feet into the ground. Not 6 feet below this floor now. Right? Because if you're standing over there, then you're going to send all your junk into the kitchen, and then you don't want to eat that guy's food. Right? If I do that on my mom's floor, she's on the 3rd floor, then I'm sending it into all the residents below her. Oh, I'm making them sick, right? So I have to think 6 feet into the ground. Okay, so it passes through, all intent. And then when I come back, I'm going to pick it up, right? I'm going to wash. And then I'm going to exchange. This one's going to come down. And then I start to relax, right? Oh, I picked it all up here. I have it here. Oh, start letting it go. Start flowing it, flushing it out. Right? Letting it go. So if you need concrete example, you went out, you're playing, you're doing yard work, you're rolling around in the mud. I got to take a bath, right? Hand not enough. I got to have washcloth. Right? Soak that puppy up, right? Scrub, right? And then brown, right? And then rinse it out, right? And all going into the drainage, and then get the other one. It's filthy. Wash it off, right? Sometimes so dirty, before you wash the rest of your body, you got to wash the washcloth. Because otherwise, all you're doing is you're taking the mud from this side and putting it on this side, right? So constantly, that's what we're doing. We're picking it up, clean water. Let it go. Right? Picking it up, all that clean water, turning brown, letting it go. Yeah. Then, if you're in a tight shower and your hand cannot go all the way down, that's just physical restriction, right? So then, still letting it go, still relaxing. Right? So you change the form, but you don't change the letting go, still relaxing. Right? So I want you to start with relax first. Feeling relaxed, and then whatever form you have, right, can be that same relaxing. And even if your hand cannot go all the way down, your mind can do this. Right? Your mind can do this. So you try that one more time from here. Right? You hold from here, right? We're going to go one side, right? You let it go. It's going to pick up, it's going to wash up the forearm, then it's going to exchange it, washing down, and then you let it go all the way. Yeah, just let it go. Feel it flowing out of the fingertips, think 6 feet into the earth. And then you come back, you pick it up and wash, and then you bring it back down. This hand is all dirty, 6 feet into the earth. And then you pick up that clean water and clean soap and you're washing up. It's getting dirty and you drain it 6 feet into the earth. Yeah, just let it go. Yeah, like that. Learn that feeling first. Yeah, learn that feeling first. You just learn 6 feet into the earth. So, normally we teach form first. And it takes you years to refine the feeling, yeah? This class different. Right? I'll show you form, but get the feeling. Develop the feeling. Because in that feeling, we'll go into every form you already know how to do. Yeah? Right? You take that feeling in every form you know how to do. You already have forms. Yeah. You don't think you have forms, you think, what do I do, right? You do hula, plenty forms. You do lua, plenty forms. You do dance, plenty forms. You do writing, forms. You do any kind of woodworking, anything, right, have form. You do cooking, have form, right? Relax, relax, relax. Okay, where are we? Okay, let's do shoulders. Always got to do shoulders, right? So that wing, that joint point, yeah? You squeeze that together and then up and over, turn. Okay, feel the fingertips being pulled into the earth and just breathe. And then come forward, pull that joint open. Fold at the elbows. Yeah. All the way down. And relax, do one side. And the other hand, you're trying to still keep that extended. Just think of the joint, only that little wing joint. So while we practice, we're trying to expand every muscle, every joint in our body to some degree. While we're stretching and expanding all the tissue, we're running energy through it. And the goal is, while we're doing that, it's relaxing. It's relaxing all the fascia. So as the fascia relaxes, the joints can relax, the energy can flow in the body, the blood can flow in the body. One more time. Pull, turn. All the way down, relax, and then the other side. Just nice and slow. And then front to back. And let the waist turn, let the spine turn, let the head turn. Right? Don't restrict the movement of the shoulders of that joint. Yeah, all the way down. Okay, and then back 2 sides. in front. From there, okay, and then loose. Yeah. So the point I want you to think of is not really a joint, right? The joint is the shoulder. But if you think of the lower inside corner of the scapula, and you think of it just kind of like that wing joint, yeah, but that's what you're going to move and drag around. Okay, and then relax, and then expand, 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 but loosen, sung every joint, and then breathe in. Just imagine the hands moving by themselves. Imagine the fingertips being pulled and stretched outwards. So you can feel the fingertips expanding. And you just have to let go and let something else pull on the fingertips, pull the legs into the earth, pull the head up into the heavens. And just relax your breath. Just rotate your palms throughout the whole movement. Breathing in and out. So you try to learn how to do so just about the forehead. It can be, and then you can make it smaller than that, or you can make it larger. But you try to center right around the forehead. And then you think of the spine, and you think of the muscles on each side of the spine running up and down. And then you pull the muscles and pull the spine one direction, and let it go. Think of the spine and muscles and pull the muscles another direction, and let it go. And every time you exhale, use the And every time you exhale, you just let the joints go. Just feel the joints letting go. The hands can fall slow or fast. Right? They can fall in water, so it'd be slow, or they can be like dropping a stone from the top of the building. But the joints have to just let go. And if the hands drop fast, you let that momentum go, right? Last one, and slow, Yeah. One hand up, one hand down. Breathe in. Drop the shoulders, and then expand. Feel it. Feel the fingertips being pulled, top of the head pulling. It's dragging the arms, and it's pulling the spine. Take a deep breath. And washing through the forearms. Bottom hand, just let it drain into the ground. Just breathe naturally, let it slowly stretch, expand. Listen to every vertebrae. Listen to the lower back. Listen to the neck. Take a deep breath. And then try to pass right in front of the heart while you're polishing the forearms. Polish the heart. And then breathe in. Keep the hands right in the center. Breathe in. And exhale when you're ready with the Let the joint go. Breathe in. Polishing that little sun in your chest. Expand and Fingertips are being pulled and stretched. And go at your own speed, your own pace. Here we do our spirals. So you drop your elbow, and look at the palm, and wash the outside, and then pull the spine. Lift and fall. Breathe in, and and then pull the spine, expand, breathing in, and then turn again, breathe in, and breathe in and turn, drop the elbow straight down, and then turn, lift close to the body, and then come back to center. Right in front of the heart, and then lift the sternum. Sink the breath down, expand the lower belly. Turn the palms, roll the ball. Keep it right in front of the heart. Yeah, polish the heart as you're turning. Let the palms turn. Yeah. Don't worry about how you turn the hand, just turn the palm. Just so the center of the palms are facing each other, like you're cradling the heart, cradling that sun, smiling from the heart, smiling from the chest, relaxing the face. Think of your heart with a nice little vibration. Just that nice little buzz coming from your heart, and then come back to center. Solar plex. Breathe in and out. Drop and lift the sternum. Nice deep breath. Feel that compression just before the knees, and then slowly let it go. Loosen the joints, expand. Press both feet into the earth, and then release one side. Press the other side in, and then relax right into the hip joint. Let go into the hip joint so that leg picks up. Bring it back like you're pulling it up, and then set it down. And as soon as you touch down, let go. And then sink into the other side. Press and sink into the joint, and then that leg will let go. And holding this side, you pull in, let go. And as soon as you touch the earth, let go. Yeah. Okay. So this is the practice, right? We want that movement to be big. Right? So as soon as you touch, let go. And when you let go, right, one is going to drop and the other is going to pick up. So that's kind of like fall prevention. That's walking. So I was listening to some guy talk about his Tai Chi, and he's sharing the lessons his teacher gave him, and they said, when you move, you don't let go, right? You just expand, and as you move from posture to posture, you're just expanding like that, and that's one way to do it. So it made me rethink, what am I teaching you? And I said, no, that's refinement. That's where you want to be. So if you pull in, right, if the body is expanding, every time you let go, you're going to expand some more, right? Because pulling, right? So if I pulling, the friction, right, is holding back. If the friction lets go, boom, we're going to fly. So the expansion is there, that's correct. But you still got to let go of the joints. So when we're learning to understand letting go of the joints, right? This side pressing, sinking into the hip. Let go. I turn, I'm transferring my weight to this side. This side just drops into place, right? I'm not fighting, searching for the ground. Let go. Not enough that if something's not there, I'm falling. Just enough that can drop and this side starts picking up, right? But if I don't turn all the way, it'll release, right? I have to turn for that to pick up, right? And I turn, that's to pick up. So this big movement, right? Let go. Yeah. Boom, let everything go, right? Then eventually, I know how to let go of the joints. It's not the whole body, it's the joint. So pretty soon it's joint. This dropped, but this didn't have to drop. Right? This still expanded, right? This can drop. This didn't have to drop. The vertebrae drops, I should get smaller, except that I'm being pulled from above. Right? The muscles are expanding upward. So as each vertebrae lets go, instead of falling on each other, boom, boom, yeah, boom. So every time you let go, you become bigger. What's the concrete example? If you forget this one, when you have gas, If you don't let go, what happens, right? You actually start contracting, right? But what's happening in your body? It's expanding, right? You pressure cooker. When you let go, boom. And then you can smile, right? Maybe the person next to you not going to smile, but you can smile, right? So when you let go, you expand. It's a joke, but it's really true, right? If you think about it, right? You have that external expansion, right? If you're holding it, what happens? Cancer, tumors, things break, right? Tension, you're going to get tired right? And then when you run out of energy to hold it, oh, it's not a good situation, right? So there's a story of that rap artist. I think she's a rap artist, and she shared it on her Twitter or Instagram about how she ended up in the hospital with stomach problem because she didn't want to fart in front of her boyfriend. So she held it for hours and hours and hours. And then when she went home, she had severe stomach ache. And they said, oh, it was just gas. So she encouraged all of her followers, right? Just fart, man. You gotta fart in front of your boyfriend, just fart. Test their love for you. Okay, so relax the leg a little bit, just the hand. So always up here, right? I think of hula just because of the way I am. So this is hula, right? So pull, right? Rest the legs, no leg, just pull, right? So if you have a hard time thinking like, oh, what is Randy trying to do? Your form, if you have hula form, right? Yeah, now you see that curve coming out, right? Now you see that intent, same, yeah? So pulling from the earth, the legs resting, but feel how the legs react, and then pressing, sinking back into the earth. Feel how the legs react. Okay, surface of the palm being pulled, top of the hand being pulled, something else pulling, no resistance. Top of the hand being pushed down, no resistance. Yeah. Bottom of the hand being pushed and pulled. The bottom of the hand being pushed up, pulled down, no resistance. So your own intent determines how fast, right? Your intent determines how intense that external energy, intense that external energy. Your experience tells you, oh, I know how to react. I know what it feels like. Yeah? But listen to the leg, right? So leg just resting, doing nothing. And then pull. Do the legs react? Press. Do the legs react? So just listening. If you don't feel anything, it's okay. Something still is going on. But energy is real subtle. So any tension you have can be blocking the feeling of the experience. It doesn't mean it's not happening. It's just that there's still too much tension, so you don't feel that real subtle. But if we pulling energy up, then the energy around us has to sink into the earth. Right? So any energy in our leg, right, is sinking into the earth. So as you pull the energy up, and you're not doing anything, no intent here, the legs will naturally fall. So you might feel like, oh, the leg got, I'm doing hand, but how come the leg feel like they're sinking? And then when you're pressing, right, you're pushing the energy there, so that energy has to push up. If your legs are resting, the energy in your leg will come up. So when you do this, the legs release. Okay? But if we're pressing, the energy will flow, but we're just pressing the muscle. Hard to feel that flow, yeah? Because our intent is just pressing. Yeah. So this has to be light. Okay? So if you don't know how to be light, think, oh wait, remember when my hula teacher was telling me, you're too stiff? And 10 years later, oh, I got it.
You're graceful.
Yeah, you're graceful, and then you can feel how the legs react. Yeah, when you're pulling up, You're pulling up, you can feel how the hip, everything sinks down, yeah? Because you're displacing chi, you're letting go, and you have a little bit of intent of sinking. And you're not resisting. When you resist, you cannot sink, right? You start, then your teacher yell at you, get down! You're too high, right? Go back to, get out of my kahiko class, you're too high. See? I never do hula, but teachers say all over the place. You don't belong in this class. Go back to the beginner class. When they love you, but they mean, right, after 20 years, go train with the new students. Okay, just one time the leg and we run the set. So start by pressing, open the joints, relaxing while pressing, then something pulling the legs into the earth. Take a deep breath, let it go, and now we begin. Right? Shift to one side, left or right, sink into the hip, the other leg releases, and then pick it up. Use the hands, bring it forward, press it down. As soon as you touch the earth, let go of the hip joint. Right, then that other leg can release. As soon as you touch the earth, release the hip joint, then the other leg can release. One leg pressing into the earth, one leg released. Let go. Yeah, so let your body have that little bounce right now. Every time you touch, let go of the hip. Yeah, so it has that little snap. Yeah, pick the leg straight up, the knee straight up, the head suspended straight up, sink into the hip joint. Every time you let go, you can exhale if you want, right here. Ha. 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 Okay, come back to center. Ha. Hold the ball. Right here, let go. Ha. Yeah. So you do that, that's like popping, right? When they dance like that. You have to let go, right? Pa. And then pa. And then pa. But as you refine, so in the beginning, just let everything go so your whole body will snap. But as you refine, you realize, wait, I can still hold this up, but the joint can, inside, the joint can still go, ha. But I can expand, yeah, and then ha. Then it becomes like tango, right? Tango, flamenco dancing where they really extend it, but you see the joints, pap, 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 right? That's what it's doing. And then from there, that's entertainment, that's aesthetic. Then you do it subtly. So nobody sees the joint snapping. You're just walking, right? So when you're walking, all the joints can be really soon. All the joints can be expanded, relaxed, and you can still hold up here. But everything's actually sitting like this, yeah, resting. Then there's meditation in motion, that's stillness in motion, there's quietness, right, in the noise, right, that's just calm, your own internal calm from there. Okay, shake all this out. Yeah. We'll stand up, we'll review the standing form. Yeah. Let's move this out of the way. Yeah. So feet together. So remember that point, right? That small breath. Take that small breath first. And let it go. Yeah. So practice, right? Releasing the joints. Small breath. Expansion. You take that first release. You caught yourself, right? So you have to follow it immediately by second release. Then you'll sink, right? Then you let go, right? So, Yeah. That first one you really didn't sink. So keep the throat open for that second breath. Then it settles. You feel that? Right? It has to let go, has to keep on letting go. So in the beginning there's 2 exhales in a row. Yeah. And then after a while you don't have to like it'll just be like yeah, that big sigh. Just keep the throat open. Okay? So small breath, large breath. Expand everything, come down, sink, lift the sternum. Small breath right here. Shift to the right, turn, open the left foot, 45. Shift to the left, turn, open the right foot, 45. Come back to center, take a small breath. Open the palms, breathe in, commencement, pick up the ball. Come down a little bit more. Shift to the right, free the left foot, pick it up, small step. Come forward, roll the ball out, turn to the left, sink on the left foot, turn so the right heel picks up. Pick up the right, small step. Come back center, out and back. Breathe in and then shift to the left, turn a little to free and pick up the right heel, pick it up, tap, and then turn to the right. Small step, sink, and press forward, lift, rise, breathe in, single whip. Look at the left hand. Sit on the left, turn to the left to free the right foot, tap the toe in, pick up the right hand, right foot, and small step to the side, and shift right, and turn to free the left foot in. Left hand up, right hand down, shift and turn, sink into the left and turn so the right foot can free and step second time. Again, turn to free the left and bring it in. One more time, left, right foot steps out and shift. Small step back in with the left. Come back to center, breathe in and out. Shift to the right and turn, free the left foot, turn, step, press, breathe in and lift. Single whip. Look at the right hand. Shift to the right and turn to free the left foot, tap it in, and then step to the side. Left hand up, right hand down, shift, turn, sink into the left hip, step. Turn, sink into the right hip, step out. This is one sow, cloud hands. One more time. Yeah, fold into the hip joint. You fold all the way and don't resist folding into the hip joint, and the other leg will just pick up by itself. Step in, hands come back to the heart. Breathe in and out. Shift to the left. Slide the right hand straight up so it's by the ear. Fold into the left and turn so the right foot turns. And sit back on the right. Turn to the right until the left foot is free. And then turn all the way to the wall. And take a small step. Drop the left hand. Brush the left knee. And tap. And set. Right foot up. Drop the hands, center. Right foot back. Sit back, turn to the right, left hand forward, right hand back. Turn all the way until the left foot can tap. Step out heel and twist to the left so the right hand goes under. Come straight up. Wash the right hand straight up. Turn all the way until the right foot can step up. Twist to the right on the heel. Turn the palms over so left hand is down, facing the wall. Yeah, come forward so the left hand slides up. Step. Left hand's going to cover as we come up. Fold into the hands. Right hand makes a fist. We're going to punch. Left hand makes a fist. The right foot follows. Yeah. And then step back. It's called block. It's open. And then it's like you're going to gather right in front of the belly button. Tap the left foot and step back out and lift both palms pushing forward. Fold into the left so the right foot can step up a little bit. Follow step. Okay. And then turn to the front. Bring the hands back to heart and open and close. Yeah. And then double palm up. Breathe in and down. Lift. Breathe in. Small breath, but lift and down. Bring the left foot back in to the right. Come up. One more time. Yeah, open, relax. Just flushing, washing the body, letting go of all the tension. A third time. Letting everything go. From the top of the head, to the feet, to the palms. Take a small breath. Okay, right hand, left hand. I'm so used to having the hour and a half. Yeah, it's like, oh, I have to compress. But yeah, we still covered a lot of things. So breath is number one, right? First we have to inhale, expand, and then let it go, right? And then we can go. And we can have large breath, and then we can have small breath. And when you let go, you don't get that full let go if you just do ha. Because that ha, we're stopping here, right? So it has to be ha, ha. So when we do the beginning of the set and we study that, right? You can start with the gathering and come down. But the way the set works is it from here, this first posture is not your height, it goes down a little bit lower. But if you did that long breath in the beginning, you're probably there already. Right? So, learning wise, right, it's so yeah, would be unlocked. So they'll say just unlock, but it'll be and this is your training form. Right? This is a training form. Right? You know, again, like the hula, right? If you're doing awana, it's way more aesthetic, right? It's higher. If you're doing kahiko, it's way more martial, right? It's pulling back to the lua roots. It's lower. So same thing over here. Right? When you're just standing, there's no intent, right, to fight, to defend, to do anything. So wuji, no intent, right? And then you start practicing, and then I have to get into my training form. The Sun style is kind of like awana in a sense, but it's hidden in there, right? So in the aesthetic, the lua is still there, right? The heart of lua is still there, but you're hiding it with aesthetics. You're hiding it with higher, with a little bit more graceful, right? More smiling. I love everybody, I'm not going to kill you. But when you train the lua, right? Intent totally different, right? Get down, there's no illusion, build up that muscle, too high, low. Don't rise. Exactly like the Kung Fu. We're going to do the whole form. You better stay down at this height the whole form. But then you find out there's expansion, contraction, right? So in the beginning, you put the roof on you, you cannot move. But as you refine, you realize, wait, there is a little, and that's the joints. That's the Sung, expansion, contraction. Yeah, from there. So same. Right? So all it is, just looking for examples, whatever example works for you. But if you're studying that, right, and you come up and you went, right, that's where it is, right? So if you did it on here, when you come up here, you would have nowhere to go, right? Like, oh, I'm already at that height. But what happens is it's just not as formal teaching, because when you come up, this is expansion, right? You would feel the whole body rise a little bit. You would still have that sink, right? You would still have that letting go from there. So it's still there from there. But look for that, practice that second breath, like, oh, I didn't let everything go, right? Okay, now I let everything, now everything is resting. Before it's like, oh, it's touching, but I'm holding this up, right? Let go, let go, let go. From there, yeah. So, like when you're raising the children, right, and you're cradling them, baby to young kids, right, who have constant tantrums and constant explosion. When you're holding them, right, when they're still holding on, you can feel that tension. And then when finally, like, sometimes they have to fall asleep, right? But when they fall asleep, sometimes you can tell, like, they're still like, and then you just keep on, right? And blowing on them until, yeah. So you listen for that inside yourself, then let go. Okay? So just from your chair, one last time, wash from the sun, right? Flow it into the earth. Feel that earth energy rising around you. Right hand, left hand. Yeah, and done. Okay. Have a nice week. Thank you for fixing the clock. Oh, the clock broke in again. It's still 10 o'clock. Yes,